we'd like to put on the record also what the offer was, is that Mr. Fannon plead out to the reckless. If he got treatment, completed treatment, it would be eventually dismissed. That was the understanding.
May we approach your Honor?
Yes.
Your Honor, we'll plead guilty to the reckless.
All right, state's moving to reduce this to a reckless operation. Under the circumstances, I'm going to allow it. And one of the reasons is the time frame. The test results just came back very recently on the urine screen. And there's a time frame in which the case has to be tried. Today is the last day. The officer is not here today and to testify. But it is concerning. I'll just say this, Mr. Fannon, your test results show you positive for cocaine. That's the most serious thing, and cocaine metabolite. So I don't want you to go away from here thinking, well, the court doesn't think you were that you weren't compared. Off the top of my head, and looking at the additional evidence, I think you probably were, but I don't think the state can prove it beyond a reasonable doubt because of the time frame, not having their office here, and so you're getting a break, but you probably have some issues you need to address, sir. You know, the way the court operates, it's the state's burden to prove the charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt, and they just don't have the proof ready to go today. So you're getting a break because of that, but that doesn't mean that there's not a problem there. Okay. So I can't force you to go to treatment. I can't make you do anything about the screen, unfortunately, but I would suggest that for your own benefit,
Understand,
that you address that problem. All right, so Mr. Stratton, you are entering a guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Fannon to the reduced charge.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Fannon, do you agree with that?
Yes.
And do you have anything you want to say? Okay, I'll impose a $150 fine. Can you pay, and court costs, can you pay that today, or do you need time?
I need time.
Okay, what I'm going to do then, I'll put it on a final pay date of June 24th. So you've got till then to pay it. If you don't pay it, then we'll send it in as a license forfeiture suspension. We'll still do that. Assuming we can still do that with the changes in the law.
That's your final payment.
So pay it before June 24th.
Okay.
Before your license suspension. On the headlight charge, I'll impose a $10 fine.
Okay. All right.
Any questions? Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Municipal Officer Jonathan Gibson, case number CRA 2597, CRA 2598. Your Honor, this is set for a bond forfeiture hearing.
All right. Jonathan Gibson, it's Mr. Tyler Smith. Got a Huntington address for Mr. Gibson. F5 possession and theft charge.
So I haven't heard from him.
Looks like he never appeared. I think I must have arraigned him from the jail, but he never appeared after that.
Your Honor, to give a little background, that is correct. We did have a prelim set. I don't know if you would recall this or not, but I had talked to either his mother or someone from his place, and she said that he was going to the hospital or going to his doctor's appointment. I said, just get here. We waited until the end, until the court adjourned. He never showed up. She said he's on his way, but he never showed up, and I've never actually talked to him. So I said, just have him show up Monday, and we'll take care of it. I think even that day, you contacted Mr. Sauer to see what day was good for him, and I think originally it was the 17th, but you were gone, and it became the 24th, and I haven't heard from him. So I'm not exactly sure where he is. I don't know if Mr. Sauer does either.
Not yet.
Okay, you want some more time then, or?
I would appreciate that, Your Honor.
And I'll keep on trying him as well.
Okay, let's set it April 25th.
I'll be out of the country. Could we go a little bit further?
When will you be back?
The end of April.
Well, 28th is the last. We can go into May if you want. 28th is the next Monday. That's
Okay,
the
that'll
last.
work.
28th?
Yeah.
Okay, April 28th will be another bond forfeiture hearing.
Thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right, thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus William E. Hargus, case number CRA 25-178. Your Honor, is set for arraignment.
This is a new charge. So you're William Hargus.
Yes, sir, I am.
Mr. Major's giving you a copy of the charge. It's a possession of drugs charge, a felony 5. It alleges that at Rome Township on March 23rd, you knowingly were in possession of hydrocodone tablets, a Schedule II controlled substance. Maximum penalty for that is a year in jail, $2,500 fine. Do you understand the charge?
Yes, sir, I do.
Do you understand the rights you have?
Yes, sir, I do.
Do you have the money to hire a lawyer?
No, sir, I don't.
Do you have a job?
No, sir, I don't.
I'll appoint Mr. Stratton to represent you.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
State's position on bond.
Your Honor, the state would not oppose an OR bond if Mr. Hargus would be willing to be assessed for some treatment, start some treatment.
What's that?
Would you be okay with being assessed for treatment, drug treatment? Okay, yes, Your Honor.
Do you have, how do you pay for medical services? Do you have a medical card or medical insurance?
Medicaid, Medicare.
You got Medicaid?
Yes, sir, I do.
West Virginia or Ohio?
West Virginia.
Okay. That, let's see, we can do ODP then, right?
Yes.
And you live in Huntington,
Yes, sir, I do.
25th Street,
48th Street.
48th Street.
Yes, 28.
So was that Guynebot or where?
No, it's right off 8th Avenue.
Okay.
Get you signed right there, sir. Sign right there.
All right, Ms. Mann is here. I want you to speak with her about getting set up for an assessment.
It's for a bond. Single height post.
And when do you want to come back for the next hearing?
Couple weeks, Your Honor, probably.
So that's 7th of April. Are you available then?
Let's do that Friday if possible.
The 11th?
Yes.
You waive time till then?
Yeah, we'll waive time.
April 11th, at defendant's request, will be the next hearing, be a preliminary hearing. He's to go to OVP for assessment. I'll let him sign a $2,000 signature bond.
Yep, we just,
So condition of your bond, Mr. Hargus, is that you get an assessment, and if they set up treatment for you, that you do the treatment. And I assume that at least initially the state's looking at possibly keeping the case here rather than going on with your injury.
We're going to be willing to do that unless we learn something that's completely unexpected. We'd be willing to leave the case here and maybe even dismiss the charges later on if he's successful in treatment.
okay. Yep.
And here's our continuance.
So Mr. Stratton can explain that to you further, but you have a felony, so you could go on and have your case presented to the grand jury, get an indictment, go to the felony court, and be at risk of going to prison. Because the difference between misdemeanors and felonies is a felony, you can go to prison if you're convicted. A misdemeanor, you can only go to the county jail. Even though you're charged with a felony, this is a misdemeanor court. They're willing to keep it here, let you go to treatment. As long as you're successful, they'll never take it to the grand jury. You won't get an indictment. You won't have the risk of going to prison as long as you're compliant with the treatment. If you mess up, then they can take you on down, indict you, put you in front of the felony judges. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
So I think Mr. Stratton would agree that it's best to keep it here.
Yes.
And do your treatment and get clean. That's the main goal, is to get clean.
Okay. All right.
Walk outside, talk to her.
April the 11th is your next hearing. You have to do your treatment. You have to come back with good results, or then it will go to the grand jury. If you blow off the hearing, or if you blow off the treatment, or just don't do the treatment, you're going to go on to your injury. Okay?
Right.
April the 11th, speak with the representative from OVP, and then you're free to go.
All right, thank you.
State of Ohio versus Robert Napier, or Napper, case number CRV 25177.
You pronounce it Napier or Napper?
Napper.
Napper. You're Robert E.
Yes, sir.
Jr.?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Napper, it's alleged that at Fayette Township on March 23rd, you knowingly caused or tried to cause physical harm to Alicia Huffman, and that Ms. Huffman is either a member of your family or lives in your household. So that makes it a domestic violence charge. Maximum penalty for that is 6 months in jail and $1,000 fine. You understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
You understand the rights you have as a defendant? I explained them at the beginning of court. Were you here?
Yes, not guilty. Yeah,
Okay, what plea do you wish in?
not guilty.
You want a lawyer appointed to represent you?
I guess I'll have to get a lawyer because I think I make too much money.
Okay. How much time do you want to get a lawyer?
I guess just gotta find one. I've never been in trouble before. I don't know nothing about this. Then there's
Well, look, I could set your case as early as April the 4th would probably be the first date I would set it. So if you want that fast, I can, or I can give you more time if you think you need more time to get a lawyer.
I'm fine with the sooner the better.
Okay. Let's make it April the 4th then. So that is a week from Friday.
Also, Your Honor, she doesn't reside at my house. She just stayed at my house. It was a girlfriend. She has a house in Barbersville.
Okay.
And they put an order where I can't even go to my own home where I raise my kids. She has no mailing address, nothing. She's
Where
only,
are your kids now?
they're with their mother. I have 50-50 custody.
Okay.
But I can't go home or nothing. She literally vandalized my stuff. I had a security system that has my evidence to show that I didn't touch her. She unhooked all of my equipment. I have no access to none of my evidence or anything. Like, she literally took half of my household and refused to leave.
But she's not there now?
And she tried calling me 3 or 4 times last night.
She's not at the residence?
I'm not sure. I can't go home. I'm already closed. I went to jail in yesterday.
Mr. Hill, what say you? This is the prosecutor.
Well, we're not opposed to an OR bond, or maybe he's already posted a
He's
bond.
posted.
I had to post a bond.
And
Response continue.
is this 88 Township Road
That's my house.
That's your
That's my
house.
residence. I've been paying mortgage there for 20 years.
Is she still there?
She wasn't, she was a girlfriend that had maybe a toe to close at my house. And then the cops came yesterday, and the only reason I signed that protective order is because I couldn't bond out yesterday if I didn't sign that.
Okay, well, let's do this. Let's let the prosecutor, you have a contact number for her? You probably have one.
Yeah.
Let's let them call her and see what she's claiming as far as living in the residence and that sort of thing. If she's out, then I'll let you go back.
She has nothing that puts her to my house. Just her being there is the only thing.
Okay, we'll let the prosecutor get some further evidence. We'll recall it and decide how we're gonna go forward. I'll recall it after they try to get in touch with her. Yeah, you do have a phone number? to do
Yes,
that? Okay.
yes.
All right, Mr. Napier, we'll recall that after they reach out to her.
What was the date on that next court date?
April the 4th, but I'm gonna recall you, so. April 4th is the next hearing, 10 o'clock.
State of Ohio versus Jeremy Bonnmer, case number TRD 25-376, A and B on a recall.
This is Mr. Smith's case for pretrial.
It is, Judge. This is our first pretrial. Discovery is ongoing. I would ask that we will waive time for a comeback date. I could do the 11th or 18th of April. I've got other dates if those are getting crowded for the court.
Let's do the 18th. April the 18th will be the pretrial at 10 o'clock.
We'll wait, Judge. Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Joshua Williamson, case number CRA 21-519, TRC 21-1959, A and B on a recall.
Mr. Smith is Mr. Williamson's lawyer. It's here on pretrial and review. Mr. Williamson is here. He's been going to the VA.
He says he's doing great, Judge. So I don't know if Commander Abrams sent you any
I have
updates.
not received anything from Ms. Rayburn.
I can text her real quick if you want.
I'm doing it myself.
Okay.
Okay, just have a seat, and usually she responds pretty quickly.
Just
We'll recall.
stay out of court. Yes, stay in court.
State of Ohio versus Teresa Patton, case number CRB 18485 on a recall.
Teresa Patton is Mr. Smith's case.
It is, Judge. I can't find her. I can't find a representative from New Life. She has been here. I don't know why she's not here. I can be here next Friday if we could add it to next Friday's docket, or if there's a warrant.
Well, you know, the funny thing was, she wasn't here the last time, but I did make a note. The defendant was not present, but confirmed she is an inpatient at New Life Recovery.
I'm not sure why.
We have a report from the day of February the 10th where she was a patient there and was compliant with good screens. So
I would ask for a 1-week continuance so I can try to get to the bottom of it, if that's acceptable. I'm here next Friday, or this Friday, I'm sorry. So it'll be a 4-day.
let's see what that looks like.
I'm also here Monday, either one.
6 of one, half dozen the other. Let's do
Yeah.
Friday, March 28th.
I'll see what's going on, Judge.
Thank you.
Yeah.
State of Ohio versus Ashley Abrams, case number CRB 25-176.
This is an arraignment, looks like. Ma'am, are you Ashley Abrams?
Yes.
Ms. Abrams, it's alleged that at Fayette Township, March 22nd, you purposely deprived Walmart property without their consent. It's a theft charge, maximum penalty is 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Do you understand the charge?
Yes.
Do you understand your rights?
Yes.
How do you plead to the charge?
Guilty.
Guilty means you're admitting it's true. you waive your right to have a trial and a lawyer by entering a guilty plea. Do you
Yes.
understand that?
I do.
Okay. I'll accept your guilty plea, but before I sentence you, I'm gonna have you go do a urine screening.
Okay.
And the reason I do that is a lot of people that shoplift at Walmart are dirty. Then I make them go to treatment. So go out through the double doors of the back courtroom, make a left turn, go to that hallway, and we'll get you a urine screen and come back. I'll sentence you after I see what it shows.
State of Ohio versus Sean Paul Burns Jr., case number CRB 25117. Mr. Morgan, case Sean. That's a pre-trial.
This is a free trial with Mr. Morford as the counsel. He's, Mr. Burns, my notes were, was going to RRS. Yes, you have a report. Thank you. Okay, so is there a recommendation as to what, should he go to a different level of care or different type of treatment?
That's what we're asking for today.
And do you have a recommendation as to where?
Not really, not just yet. I'm going to reach Sean or one of them.
Okay,
I'm gonna talk to
so
him.
is that being discussed? then?
Yeah, I'll discuss it with him, yeah.
Okay, let's recall that. So it sounds like they're recommending you go someplace that has more ability to provide for medical issues. So, did you understand that?
No, I did not.
Okay, well, let's have some discussions and then we'll come back. And you have a copy of the report, Mr. Morford?
Yes, Judge, I do.
Okay, we're gonna come back to that. So I'm gonna talk with counselors and we'll see if we can figure out a solution for a recall later in the document.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus William Earles, case number CRB 24788. William Earles.
Mr. Earles is here, Mr. Morford's his attorney.
That passed, Your Honor?
Yeah, well, I had a question if he was gonna go there, if he did go there and get.
Yes, I went down to the path. Okay, I met a woman down there at the path, and she told me, they scheduled my appointment out like a little bit or something like that. And then Wesley, I'm trying to help Wesley and stuff.
I know he's still in jail, isn't he?
Yes, he's still in jail. His child, his dog is down at his house. They left it at his house. He's tearing the house up. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to get him out. I don't necessarily understand because from what I understand there, he didn't do anything. There wasn't no evidence for him to be in trouble.
We're talking about you right now.
Okay, I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to just see, we're telling him what's going on. That's what I'm saying. I am telling him about what's going on.
Well, do you have, what's going on with Path and you? Are you?
Did they fax you?
No, I don't have anything from Path.
Okay, well, they was, I can get my cell phone out of my pocket and look at what day it was I communicated with them if you want me to.
Can you call them and ask them to send a report to the judge?
Sure, yes, they haven't
Want me to call
done
them?
anything with me yet. They just, I guess, my point waiting for me. Just wait.
Have you been in there yet?
Yes, I went in and sat in, filled out all the paperwork, all my information, and then I just I'm there. I just haven't received any treatment other than, welcome to, my name is, get you oriented to the location.
But you can walk there, right? You can walk to the path. It's easy for you to get there.
Well, I hurt, but I did walk down there, and Wesley,
Do you have a time to go back? An appointment to return?
they were supposed to send me all the paper, they were supposed to send the judge all the papers before I even came here.
So that means you don't have a follow-up appointment.
Yes, I do. They're supposed to send the papers.
Okay, well, they haven't done that. But,
Okay, would you like to do?
I've got a contact here I can text,
Okay,
and why don't you, Mr. Morford, talk about it, and maybe you can call, that would facilitate, but I'm gonna text my contact and see if we can get a report issued.
okay. Because I think this one was, I was supposed to be here on the 24th and there on the 25th or the 28th. Okay, let me call down there.
Yeah, call and see if you can get
Kyle
it.
Gibson is my contact here.
You said call Mr. Gibson?
No, that's who I'm gonna text. I would say whoever you can get a hold of, and.
She was a female, so let me,
Okay.
okay.
Okay, so I've texted Kyle Gibson is at PATH, and usually he's pretty responsive, but I'll get back to him, see what he says.
State of Ohio versus Reese Frasier, case number CRB 2558.
Mr. Morford is going to be representing Mr. Frazier.
Have you been in office to watch the video?
Set for pretrial today.
Judge, I'm gonna have to ask you for a short continuance. He'd like to come in and view the CD that we've gotten.
April 14th or after.
Judge, whatever's best with you, Judge.
April 14th. Pretrial, 10 o'clock.
John, we're ready to go to Lawrence County Jail.
Okay, we're going to the jail now for some teleconference hearings.
State of Ohio versus Donahue, case number CRA 25175 and CRB 25170. Wesley Earles is on deck.
All right, this is Mr. Steyer's case. Is he here?
Haven't seen him yet.
Any trial judge, for Judge Ballard.
Okay. Well, Mr. Donahue has a preliminary hearing and pretrial today.
You're not familiar, this is a gentleman from Friday.
I remember. All right, well, your attorney is not here. I may just have to appoint somebody else, and he's been in jail over the weekend.
Howdy, bud.
So, Mr. Smith, I'm going to appoint you.
Sure. I didn't catch his name, Mr.
Donahue.
Okay.
I'll give you the files. He was here Friday. He had a shoplifting from Walmart. He was ordered to do a urine screen. The allegation is that he had brought in some
He had some urine on him, Your Honor, trying to fake it.
substance he was trying to pass off as a current sample, and then he was charged with a felony. And he's been in custody since Friday. I appointed you a new lawyer. Your other lawyer is not here today, so since you've been in jail for a while, I'm appointing a new lawyer, and we'll recall it after you talk to him.
State of Ohio versus Wesley Earles at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRB 2523, CRB 25132, and Belinda Fuller is on deck.
This is also Snyder's case. So we'll have to pass it to,
You're on the computer, that says that's April 4th.
right, I think that's, we'll keep it on April the 4th. He has a bond up, but he hasn't been able to post it. Well, I had said it for an OR, he's got a holder from common pleas. And this holder's not even from this court anymore.
They're not showing that OR bond down here, sir.
All it was posted on CRB 2523.
Right, he's had a new charge since then, and he had an old charge in common pleas. So I'll pass it. We can put it on the docket for Friday, but your lawyer's not here today. And I think you got a lawyer from common pleas anyway, so you're not.
Is it possible I can still get the ankle monitor and go to treatment this week?
Yeah, but you'll have to do it through common pleas court. They're the ones helping you.
Okay, I'm sorry. But do I have an OR bond still? Because they're not showing it down here.
From this court you do, but not from common pleas.
But not for common pleas. Does that mean I have to pay a bond before I can get the ankle monitor?
You have to get released from common pleas court. They're the ones holding you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We're finished?
We're finished.
State of Ohio versus Belinda Fuller, case number CRB 24624, CRB 21753, Carl Tulie II is on deck.
Let me approach, Carl.
Yeah. On 2170 probation, you can set us on that. She'll do it, pay for it. Unfortunately, she didn't have that person, she didn't have. I thought maybe.
I can't hear on this no more.
I know, we don't want you to hear.
Okay, I'm sorry, sir.
We're keeping stuff from you. I don't know what your lawyer's gonna call and talk to you, and then I'll have you back.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Mr. Stratton's gonna call down and talk to you, then we'll have you back.
Okay, sir.
State of Ohio versus Carl Tulie II, case number CRA 25-159, CRB 23-325, TRD 05-474, and Michelle Wilson is on deck.
This is Mr. Morford's case, Carl Tulie.
Very good.
Okay, I don't have time to read this whole thing. Can you give me the Reader's Digest version?
Well, Your Honor, the short story of the whole thing is Carl has a drug problem and has
Yes.
had one for years.
He's got possession of heroin charge.
Yes, he does. So he does not seem to be able to conquer this on his own. I do feel that it would be in his best interest if he could go into a treatment program. And we just,
And you're his spouse?
no, I'm his mother.
Mother, okay.
Thank you.
All right, so you, you're Tina?
Yes, sir.
So what says the state and the defendant?
Well, I think that would be great if he's willing to
We
do it.
tried that before. He was inpatient with an ankle monitor for a while, and I even took the ankle monitor off.
Yes, sir.
Hometown?
Right.
And in that letter, it goes into a little bit more detail about all that as well.
Well, do we want to try someplace else with more of a mental health focus and substance use both?
Does OVP offer both of those?
You're talking, that's short term.
Well, what I was thinking is, And I'm just, this is just as his mother, maybe OVP to start for 30 days and then to go into a sober living that offers a little more, like the Phoenix Center. I know they have that facility in Jackson, Ohio. And
I think he needs longer term.
Well, the one in Jackson is, that's as long as it needs to be. But that's up to you.
I'm thinking more amended reads or the counseling center. Does he have a medical card?
No, sir.
Well, there's another problem. Is he a veteran?
No, sir.
How are we gonna get him treated then? He's gotta have a pay source. How's he pay for medical services now?
He doesn't.
Okay. How'd he get into hometown recovery before? He must have had an ankle. Did he have no, he had an ankle mark. Did he have a medical card then?
No, I believe he had a medical card whenever he came with us. Not in the long, so it may still be active.
Okay.
I think they got that for him. He did not have one when he went in and got it.
Okay, so he probably still has one then.
If I was a businessman, I would say maybe it's still active.
Where's Mr. Tarvin? And there was somebody here from amended reads too. I think those would be two prime places to look. Carl Tulie, possession of heroin. He's got some older cases too. I don't think they were ever resolved. Looks like some indication of mental health issues. Has Ohio Medicaid. You want to evaluate him? Sure. For treatment. You willing to go? For treatment, you're probably going to have an ankle monitor too. You don't have to. You can go on down to the common pleas. If you don't want, here's the thing. If you want to get treated and get clean, this is the court for you. I'll help you. If that's not what you want to do, go on down to the felony court. And they've got bigger hammers they can hit you over the head with. You deal with them. Just deal with them. But don't play games with me. If you're not willing to play.
I definitely don't want to play games. I don't know anything about amended reads or, I'll try.
You're willing to try it?
Well.
Yeah.
You need to not try it, you need to do it.
You have to want it. You can't like, well, you guys are offering me something, I might take it or I might not. Well, you know what? Just go on to the grand jury then.
No, I'll take it.
I think he just needs to go to the grand jury.
No, sir, I'll
It's not up to you, sir. It's up to me. And I say your case is going on to the grand jury.
Well, you don't do it for me, Mr. Packer. I do want to try. I definitely do.
Nope.
And, Your Honor, these 23 cases are still pending as well here, right?
They are.
Okay. So we'll nolly 25 CRA 159 and 25 CRB 160 to the grand jury.
I think Star would be a good choice for him. So you can go to Star and get locked up and get treatment rather than going to a place where you can walk away from anytime you want to. So that's probably going to be in your future, I suggest. I mean, you've had chances before and you didn't take it. So and you didn't exactly show me that you really wanted this. So on the 23 case, I set a new bond of $5,000, cash for surety. On the new case, nollie to the grand jury, and please don't post his bond. He needs some consequences.
I know, yes.
And he's about to get them.
I know.
You want to write on that? That's, you want to change the bottom of that one?
Yeah. Next case.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Michelle Wilson, Orange County Jail, case number CRB 25-158, and Brianna Sparks is on deck. Michelle Wilson is Mr. Straight.
Ms. Wilson, her family's here, I believe.
Yeah, Your Honor,
They're, see you right behind the prosecutor.
we have, she has been pink slipped through an order for probate court. She's been evaluated by Shawnee, so they are handling that. So I believe the state's just going to dismiss these charges.
It's my understanding that's based on what
Case
we,
number 25-158.
that's what we have learned is that she was pink slipped, which would mean that she would be going to the Appalachian Behavioral Health at some point, and so this is an M4. We were most concerned about her mental health. I know her family is also, so we think that's the best way for this to be handled.
Okay, so let me explain this to the family that's here. She has a pending criminal case for trespassing. They're just going to dismiss that because the probate court has ordered that she needs mental health treatment.
Yes.
So she's waiting for a bed now in Athens. And now I have to say, it's a very, very good facility. They do good work there. The problem is, we're cheapskates in Ohio. We don't spend money on stuff like that. So it's hard to get in. It's hard. So I don't know how long she'll have to wait to get in there. So we don't want to spend tax dollars on that. But once she gets there, I think she'll get some good care. When that's going to happen, I don't know. But the criminal case is going to be dismissed.
Yes.
Okay.
How will I know when she gets,
Well, that's a good question. I don't know how you will know that.
I would suggest that she contact Shawnee Mental Health and make sure they know who she is, because they'll probably want to know that anyway when they send her to Athens.
Shawnee Mental Health is the one that does the evaluations and makes the recommendation that she would go there. So,
did they already, they're the ones who already evaluated her, right?
yes.
Correct.
They evaluated her. You can contact them. I don't know how, if they'll be interplay, them getting information when she's transported, that sort of thing. But that's the only, I'm not going to know anything about it. They're not going to notify me or the court, this court. Now, the other thing I guess you could do, I'm kind of thinking out loud, is I'm assuming the probate court, they're the ones that are ordering the evaluation.
Yeah,
but
that's
they would
right.
get some sort of notification. So I would, if I were you, I would contact them also. They're at the main courthouse on the second floor, the probate court. Have you been there?
I'm the one who went and asked them for the evaluation.
So I would contact them and Shawnee. That's the only two places I know that would get the information as to what's going on with their care and treatment.
Okay, one simple question. I know that she had nothing with her. I think she was wearing like a pair of shorts and hospital gown when she was arrested. Do I need to take her, you go get her some clothes and take to her or anything like that? Or talk to Shawnee about that?
Well, here's what I could do. Do you have, could you give them Mary Beth Haller's contact information? Do you have that?
I don't have that. I don't believe so, Your Honor.
Okay.
I do. I'll text it to you.
She's the admitting, she's a very nice person. She's the admitting nurse at Athens, at the hospital she's going to go to. And I think she would be a really good person to answer those questions. She's very helpful, and I think that question would be best directed.
Because she didn't even have a purse. She doesn't have any kind of ID.
I understand, it makes sense that she would need some of her personal items. Now, I'm assuming they also supply her whatever she needs.
Well, actually, her personal items are still there at.
I'm talking about clothing and.
She had none. They were there at the home.
I'm sure they, if she doesn't have it, they'll supply it, but it'd probably be better if she had some of her own stuff. Contact Ms. Haller, I think she'll help you, and Mr. Heal's gonna give you that contact information.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, good luck to you. Phone number.
Thank you.
Just one question, is she still gonna be in the jail until she does, or?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Brianna M. Sparks at the Lawrence County Jail. Case number CRA 25179, CRB 25180, CRB 2528.
So this is an arraignment. It looks that Mr. Smith, apparently there's some new charges, additional charges maybe?
That's what I've been advised. I believe that I represented on the 28 case, which was a theft
Yeah, we've
charge.
got new case numbers 25179, 25180. You want to accept service?
Yes, Your Honor.
See if you got both of them there. 179 and 180, or do you just have?
I have 180, just 180.
Here's 179. So we got a tampering with evidence, felony 3, falsification, M1, obstructing official business, and M2. Those are the new charges. And they are a different date than the previous charge. It was in January, these are March 22nd. All right, Mr. Smith, I'll appoint you to represent Ms. Sparks on these new charges. So they must, well, she was out on an OR bond, so she was out when these came up.
Yeah, I believe that the January charge was Walmart theft.
And she had failed to appear to the last on
For a pretrial?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the right court, the court, they were supposed to send at court, they were supposed to send a letter to my house. I never got a letter with that at all, and I gave the right address for me to have court there. No address, no date, no nothing for the new court date. And then I found out I had a warrant when the officer showed up at my house when I was changing from ICU, because my parents are in ICU right now. And I was there changing at the house, and that's when he told me I had a warrant, and I tried to take off and lie about my name, because I've been in ICU 4 nights.
I think we're getting into the new charges. What I want to advise you.
Yeah, he never did.
Okay, hold on. Stop talking for a second.
Sorry.
I want to advise you that you're on the record, so anything you say can be used against you. So with that advisement, I don't want you to say anything that's going to affect your case. I understand what you're saying is the reason why you didn't appear at your last pretrial, but you have new charges, which are actually, you have a felony charge, which is pretty serious, considering you had just a misdemeanor charge. So we need to get all these cases together. I think right now the court just wants to get a new hearing date and issue a bond on these new charges, and we'll deal with everything together. Okay.
Okay, is there any way I can get an OR bond note? Like I said, my fiance's in ICU right now fighting for his life. I have nowhere to pay it. He's all I have. You can look it up to that owl, Princeton Hospital, there in Glenwood, and in the ICU, they can verify I've been there every day.
Okay, well, I doubt they're going to tell us a patient with HIPAA laws, so I don't know if that's information I can get, but let's see what the state recommends, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
So she failed to appear on the previous charge on January 31st, and that was a theft from Walmart. She also had a holder from Scioto County. She had an OR bond from Scioto County. And then apparently they were investigating something else, and she happened to be there, and or some suspicious activity of some sort, and she was one of the people, and so she's been arrested. So why don't you?
Do you want to do it? Maybe if we do an OR bond, you can do GPS, at least you know where she is.
Yes, I will give you my specific address this time to make sure you guys got it correctly.
Why don't you find out if she's in need of some treatment?
I started at the methadone clinic last week. I just started to do treatment. I don't get the treatment, and I could refer for more treatment because there's a law about the path in 140 days. Methadone not being effective. I'm only on 50 milligrams. I'm not high or anything.
Okay, well, hold on. Do you want to see if she can be assessed? Are you a Ohio resident?
I'm in Chesapeake, Ohio.
Okay, do you have a pay source, a medical card or anything?
I do have a medical card. I wish I had all of that.
All right, I mean, maybe we could have her assessed and have her recalled if that's something the state's looking for.
I'm already in treatment though.
I know.
At the methadone clinic?
Yes, on First Avenue. Right now, if you guys would like, I could look into different places myself. But right now, my fiance is on ICU. That's my main thing is getting home.
Okay.
You've told us that multiple times.
I think she said 50.
Are you on 50 milligrams? Is that what you said?
50 milligrams, that's it, yes.
Have you been to any other treatment facilities besides Ultimate Treatment Center?
No, other than that one, and then I've been to, what's it called, the one in Calico, Ohio, OVP. I just graduated their program last month. Oh, 2 months ago now, I'm sorry.
Were you taking methadone when you were at OVP?
No, I was not. I plan on going back to OVP. I could get myself back in there if that's what you prefer, so I can get off the methadone. It's just something I needed to get off of the heroin, and that was the right direction.
Why don't we probably get Brianna to get her history on what she did when she was at OVP. Were you court directed to go to OVP, or did you do that on your own?
I did that on my own.
We've got a Brianna Sparks. I wonder if you could get us a history on her. She says she did OVP a month or so ago.
I remember the name.
I've got, if you want, here's a document's got her social and date of birth. Okay, we're going to look into this and we'll recall you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio recalls Donahue at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRB 25-1, CRA 25-175.
You're on. Excuse me. I did call down to speak with Mr. Donahue, also spoke with Mr. Heald. The state is willing to dismiss the F3 tampering in return for a guilty plea to the Walmart theft charge. He has a Washington medical card, or he had Medicaid and Medicare, his pay source. So I guess we need maybe Frier, somebody who takes the West Virginia Medicaid, Medicare, possibly get a jail assessment.
Okay, let's get him in the chair.
Oh, I should have looked. I'll start her.
Is that what John recommended?
I probably am not going to want to dismiss the felony until he does treatment.
Okay. That's fine. My concern is to get him out.
Without a felony warrant, he can run out of state and avoid coming back.
As long as that's in the work sheds and he does what he's supposed to, I have no problem. My goal is just get him out of jail because he needs some help.
Okay, now you can start your solo.
No, thanks. I'd spoken with Mr. Heald and Mr. Donahue about the two charges, tampered with evidence and the theft from Walmart charge. I think at this point, the court points out we need to keep the F3 in place with the goal of dismissing it down the road, depending on how he does in treatment. He would enter a guilty plea to the Walmart theft charge. He does need to be assessed for AOD treatment, and he has a Washington, his pay sources Medicaid and Medicare through the state of West Virginia, so we'll need somebody that can do that to call the jail and speak with him.
Okay, Mr. Donahue, do you agree with what Mr. Smith has represented to the court?
Yes, I do, sir.
Have you been to treatment before?
Yes, sir.
Where'd you go?
St. Mary's psychiatric ward.
How long ago was that?
About a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, recently?
Yes, sir.
What's your drug of choice?
What'd you say?
Your drug of choice?
Is, Xanax.
Okay. Do you get those off the street, or do you have a prescription?
I have prescriptions. I take, Seroquel too, sir.
Okay. So tell me what was going on with you at St. Mary's with their treatment. What were they doing for you?
They gave me my medicine, and, I went in there because I had stolen stuff from Walmart.
On Route 60?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then so...
No, wait a minute, sir. It happened at the Burlington Walmart in Ohio.
Oh, so after this event happened, you went over there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But you live on 3rd Avenue, 11th Street and 3rd Avenue?
Yes, sir. I live in a high rise.
Across from Applebee's, Your Honor. They're on 3rd Avenue.
Okay. Well, I always wonder, why do people come to the South Point Walmart when the Route 60 Walmart is a lot closer to you?
I don't know, sir. I just regret everything I've done.
Okay. Well, we're going to have somebody talk to you about getting some treatment, and then we'll decide what we're going to do after you talk to somebody from OVP.
Okay, sir.
Okay. We'll have you back on the screen after that. We need Rand to do that.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recalls Belinda Fuller at Lawrence County Jail, case number CRB 24624, CRB 21753.
Mr. Stratton was going to talk to Ms. Fuller. Or...
She's willing to go to treatment, but nobody's willing to take her. And I've had some suggestions of maybe out of town that I was given. She doesn't want to go out of town, so.
Southern Hope lives in Wayne?
Nobody asked me.
Okay. I'm asking.
You need me, Your Honor, I got you.
Okay.
Do you want them to give her? I was.
You can't get any more in town than Southern Hope. I mean, it's right here, right down the street.
Melinda, would you be willing to go to Southern Hope?
Yes, sir, I would. I don't believe that's a bad thing for me to get back into. No, I don't.
I don't either.
And there's no schooling me to go there.
Here's the thing, Melinda, when you go there, you can't have these outbursts where you have a problem with the staff or another person in the facility or whatever. You gotta mind your P's and Q's. Keep it calm.
That's why I just usually go to my counselor and talk. If she's not there, I go to her room.
That's what, okay, sounds like a great plan. That's what you gotta do there.
Your Honor, we'll resolve that M4 drug paraphernalia. We'll resolve that issue today and plead guilty to that.
Okay.
And set everything for the sentencing.
All right, so I'm going to order you released to Southern Hope. They can pick you up. You have an Ohio Medicaid card, right?
Yes, I don't have it on me right now
I know.
because I released my purse to my mother, but yes, I do have one.
Okay. So they'll pick you up. You go there. I'll see you back in a couple of weeks with a good report, right? They're going to tell me, yes, Belinda's doing everything we asked her to do, when we asked her to do it, how we asked her to do it. She's not causing any trouble. Okay.
What's the OR on that, please?
How long am I supposed to be there?
Till you're healed. It reminds me of Abraham Lincoln was asked how long, he was really tall for that day. How long should a man's legs be? And he said long enough to reach the ground. So, how long should your treatment be? Whatever you need. When they say you're done, then you'll be done. You've got quite a history. You've not been together for quite a while, so I know you need some help, and I want to see you get it. You're capable of doing it. You've had stretches where you've done well. So let's make it a permanent thing where you do well.
Yes, because when I finish the treatment, I'm moving to Mooresville, West Virginia, completely out of all this nonsense.
Okay, that could be a plan.
That's definitely my plan.
April the 7th will be your next hearing.
April what, sir?
Your Honor, how about the 11th, for the 11th?
Okay, we'll make it the 11th. April the 11th, at your lawyer's request.
That's my grandma's birthday.
Okay, we'll make Grandma proud by getting a good report. Is she still with us, or is she going on?
She's
She's still with us.
Okay. Yeah, I think she comes to court with your mom sometimes, doesn't she?
She does. She does.
Okay, well, they want you to do well. They're concerned about you. I remember seeing them here in court before.
All right.
April the 11th, your next hearing. You'll get picked up today.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You are.
Got only have some recalls from jail, we're not ready for those yet.
Okay, we'll get back to the jail later in the docket.
State of Ohio recall Ashley Abrams, case number CRB 25176.
Okay, one thing concerns me. Do you have a prescription?
For,
Amphetamine?
I was taking Sudafed for cold. I have prescription for prednisone, Sudafed cough syrup, and coughing pills, asthma inhaler. I have a really bad cold right now, which I can't kick.
Okay, anything else you want to tell me?
No.
All right, I'm going to sentence you to a $100 fine, order you to pay the court costs,
Okay.
10 days in jail, suspended,
Okay.
stay out of Walmart,
Definitely.
5 days of community service.
Okay.
We have a community service program here you can do any day.
Can I do it in Ironton? I don't have transportation to Chesapeake.
You live in Ironton?
I live in Ironton.
You can do it at the Municipal Court.
Ironton, Michigan.
You know,
Okay.
at
That's
the
fine.
city center.
Okay.
Contact
Yep.
them, you can do it there with them, and they'll send us the hours here.
Okay.
You
I'll
got
do
30
that.
hours to do.
How many?
30.
30. Okay.
Not even a full work week.
Okay.
That's a pretty good deal. 30
Yeah.
hours community service versus 10 days in jail.
Yeah.
So just get it done. I'll set a review hearing for you for, let's see, I lost my, oh, here it is, my little sticky. September the 15th. You got all summer to get this done.
Okay.
If you do, you don't have to come to the review hearing.
Okay. Awesome.
If you don't have it done, you gotta come to the review hearing. If you don't come to the review hearing and have stuff left to do, guess what? You get a warrant.
Yeah. No.
So that's the way you could go to jail. I don't want you to go to jail.
No.
There's no reason for you to go to jail.
No.
But believe me, we have lots of people who blow it off, who don't do what they're supposed to. They
Yeah,
wind
that's
up going
not
to jail, then act surprised because they got put in jail for not doing what they were ordered to do.
Oh, sure.
So just do it and don't go to jail.
Yep.
All right? Go check in with probation to the left as you leave the courtroom on the west side of the building.
Okay.
You have some stuff for you to sign, and then you're free to go.
All right. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Review hearing September 15th.
State of Ohio versus Tyler Branham, case number CRA 181295, PRD 183739, A and B.
This is Mr. Smith's case. It's set for pretrial. And preliminary hearing. Okay.
Yes, she probably. Yeah.
Okay. Approach, Your Honor.
Yes. Right, we're gonna recall this later. The docket gives Mr. Smith time to discuss this with Mr. Brown.
State of Ohio versus Angel Geruli, case number CRA 24616.
Mr. Stratton's case for preliminary hearing.
So you didn't have that video that I showed you?
No, you gave me the wrong video.
All right, so, but you've seen it now. We'll make
Well,
sure.
I've seen it now, yeah.
Okay, so what we would like to do, Your Honor, is we do not want to send this to the grand jury, but we don't want to dismiss it, so we're going to move to amend it to criminal trespass, and we can set it for a trial next week if they would like to.
Your Honor, the circuit, maybe approach for a second.
Yes.
The circumstances in this case is something I don't even think it rises to the level of criminal trespass. By agreement, in custody papers, he has the right to come back with his child. Child is in the house, there is a tussle between the child and its parent. The child, he allegedly went in and said, "Come on, let's go," and walked out. That's what the video shows. It's definitely not a burglary, okay? It's definitely, I don't even think it rises to criminal trespass. And I gotta say this, is that this is one of the separation of all things that I think the problem with that idea should probably be discussed, but we use the kind of version of it. But, now, maybe we'll feel conviction for something that he doesn't really do.
It said the argument was between the child and the custody.
Yes. And he was ready to break that, and he was just looking out, walking in, said, "Hey, come on, get in the truck." Child walked in the truck, he walked out, closed the door, waited till the child got in the truck, and got the truck and left. But I don't think there was any global argument between my client and the facility here.
Where are we on time?
Well, we had also discovery. So we're going to have a conversation.
So you're trying to do that in for trespass? Is that right?
Criminal trespass.
I think it's an info, but there may be different varieties. One of them.
Yeah. It's an info. Yeah, you're looking at that. here's the history. She was working on this, was trying to get it when a cruiser was arrested, and they had to do extra work. That's why. That's why they're so hot up on it, because they had to spend like hours on it. Don't get it. Until today. No, we talked about that in the meantime. About the fact. I asked this to be dismissed, if not, I'm just going to issue a jury demand on it, because it's ridiculous.
Can't dismiss it for.
No, but he did.
Can.
So you want to amend it, or you want to? No, I'll call a jury demand.
Okay. All right, so the state's moving to amend the charge from burglary to criminal trespass. So criminal trespass is 2911.21. And that's a fourth-degree misdemeanor. So if we're going to have a jury trial, we can't do that in a week. It takes longer than that to summons the jury.
Yeah, I mean, Your Honor,
He's wanting to come and testify. So he requested I be there to pick him up. So to come trespassing.
What?
Colton, he was willing to testify that I was there to pick him up on his behalf. And
Yes.
I had permission to do it.
well, yeah, that's what we talked about, yes. Your Honor, there's time limits on the case, so within the next 30 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's get a date then.
Okay.
And we could set this for a date other than a Friday. Our Mondays and Fridays are so busy now, it's hard to do a regular docket and a jury trial on the same
We
day.
could do another date if you
Yeah.
want.
And I'm becoming less busy in my private office, so trying to be less busy, so I've got dates that are not filled up, so.
Okay.
Typically Wednesdays and Thursdays, or Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are dates that I might have days where we can do a jury trial.
Okay.
So if you want to give me some suggested dates, then
Let's see here, possibly the 9th, maybe the 15th or 16th.
9th is good for me. It's for you.
Which
That's a
one?
Wednesday.
9th?
I don't know if we could get a jury in that short of a time frame.
Okay. It takes about 2 weeks, doesn't it, at least?
And I'm out of the office next week.
Okay. Well, all we got to do is send a letter down and ask them to, isn't it?
Well, send an order down, yeah.
So let's see, that's
16th or 23rd?
But I have to get a list from them, they have to prepare a list.
Okay. Well, let's look for, then, let's see. I had 2 jury trials scheduled for the week of the 14th, but they were both continued, so, and several courts. So I'm good, the 15th, 16th, or 17th.
I would ask for the 16th, Your Honor. I do have a trial scheduled for 14th. I am not expecting that to go, but if it does, it'll take 2 days.
16th work, Mr. Hughes?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so let's set it for a jury trial April 16th to commence at 9 a.m. And let's have a pretrial since we're going to.
Okay.
Why don't we do a pretrial the Friday before that? That's the 11th.
11th,
You're
okay.
here anyway, I think.
Yes.
So we'll do a pretrial on this April the 11th.
Is that 9 a.m. or 10 a.m.?
10, that'll be at 10.
And you need to file a written demand.
Yeah, I'll file
Right.
it. Yeah.
Anything else that we can do on this?
No, just been amended to a criminal trespass, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
and for trespass.
All right.
So you need to be here for the 16th?
Yes,
Well,
yes,
also make sure he says the video.
Ready to go back to Orange County Jail, Your Honor.
Thank you so much.
Case number CRB 25170, State of Ohio versus Donahue, along with case number CRA 25175. And Brianna Sparks is on deck.
Judge, we've hit a little bit of a snag. Reed called to do an assessment, but was going to call, but OVB cannot take Medicare, is that right?
Right, so we could only set him up with outpatient.
New Life does not have a bed. They could take him, but they don't have a bed available, so I don't know if we could try him on outpatient, see how that works.
Okay, we can do outpatient at first.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll call
Okay,
him,
so I'm
schedule
gonna,
him an appointment, and then call down and give it to him.
Reed said she will call down, schedule an appointment, she'll call the jail and give it to him so he knows when to be at the facility.
I'm just gonna keep these both pending because he's got a felony. That way we've got a felony warrant. He doesn't appear. I'll accept his guilty plea on 25-170, delay sentencing, and set it a couple weeks out to give him a chance to get in and get assessed and get a report. So that's gonna be...
Could I do the 11th, Judge? If it's not too busy, or the 18th?
The 11th is fine.
Is that where, okay.
April the 11th will be for sentencing and preliminary hearing on the felony.
Thank you, Judge.
And his bond will, I'll make $2,000 OR.
Okay. All right, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recalls Brianna Sparks at Orange County Jail. Case number CRB 2528 and CRA 25179, CRB 25180.
This is Mr. Smith's case, Brianna Sparks.
So Brianna did complete our program back in June of '24. Since then, she has done multiple pre-screens to come back into our program and just has never shown. She can come back to the program, but we are capped right now on our methadone patients. We can't take any more people on methadone until somebody leaves that's on methadone. So we can do her assessment. Typically, it takes a while for us to get rid of a methadone person for them to discharge because it's hard to find placement for them. So I can't say when we would have a bed for her.
She just started methadone. I think she's just on 50 milligrams. Is it possible for her at this point to switch to Suboxone?
It will be really hard to switch.
How long has she been in jail?
Only 3 days.
3 days. I mean, that would be up to her if she'd be willing to not go back.
Yeah, I prefer you not go to the methadone clinic because that's not a very good solution.
Okay, is there any way I could go to ODB myself, so I could go say hi to my fiance in ICU, is all I ask. And I'm willing to do whatever I have to do from their judge.
I don't think she would show up if we don't.
I showed up last time I put myself in there. I'm willing to do ODB, no matter what, if that means get off methadone. I just want to give him a hug and kiss bye. Because we don't know if he's going to pass away or not, and once I'm in ODB, I'm there. I did not show up to court. I can make sure you have my right address. And if I go, that's on me.
You did not show up for court.
Yeah, he didn't mail it to my house.
They don't mail anything. They don't mail anything to your house. You have to come. You're told when you're in court, when your next court date is. We don't mail anything to them. You.
I had,
Ma'am,
right.
I would suggest you be quiet because you're just digging your hole deeper.
Okay. I'm sorry.
So, I'd be willing to let her go on, I think she needs an ankle monitor. And I'm not willing to let her go to the hospital.
No, I would say not. If she comes to OVP, if the situation is true, we would be happy to take her with one of our staff members or something along those lines, but we can call and do the assessment and get her in as soon as we can.
But it'd have to be without methadone.
Right.
Okay.
Willing to go off methadone? You just started, so. All right? That's what you told.
You just started last week, is that correct, on the methadone?
It's been about a week straight I've been there, yes.
Okay, and you've been in jail for what, 3 days?
3 days.
So you've been without methadone for 3 days?
Yeah.
Okay, I think,
Yeah, and then as soon as it's out of her system, she could be put on Suboxone or another alternative.
Okay.
so if I have this correct, I believe it'd be an OR bond with GPS and straight to OVP once you're available to take her, which
Yes.
I guess we have to wait for this methadone to.
Well, as long as I talk to them and I let them know she won't be going to the methadone clinic, as soon
Okay.
as we get a regular bed open, they should be able
Okay.
to get her quicker.
Why don't we put her on are you here Friday? Just to make sure
Yes.
she doesn't get lost in the shuffle.
I am here Friday.
I'm going to set her next hearing for the 28th, but I'll order her released to OVP when a bed's available with a GPS monitor.
And be done at OR, Your Honor.
2,000.
Is there any way I can do another program until OWP open?
No.
I'm making you to just at least just like an hour or walk on with a health monitor.
That's denied.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ron.
Your Honor, we do have another case to recall to jail, or to call originally from the jail, and the rest of the not
Okay.
State of Ohio recalls Robert Napier, excuse me, case number CRB 25-177.
Give him the short version. I'm going to give you the short version. That's on the record for you.
All right, so
Yeah, she's
on
on
this,
her step. It's first talking to her.
Mr. Morford, are you entering an appearance?
I am, Judge. He hired me earlier this morning.
All right. The state was going to try to get a hold of the complaining party, see what her position was on him getting back in the residence and getting his stopped too. So what's their position?
The alleged victim has gotten all of her stuff out of the house and she's vacated the house. So,
What about my property she took, my
Not here to
DVR?
divide the Tupperware yet, sir, so we're not going to do that. We just want to keep people healthy and safe while this is pending.
Right.
Down the road, we can fight about the property. So you're allowed to go back to the property, but I'm going to urge you to stay away from her.
Absolutely.
She's not there, so, and as I said, the goal is, just so there's no allegation, not assuming it, no allegation that anybody got hurt. I don't want anybody to get hurt.
No,
Stay away from each other.
right now, as far as the protective order, because honestly, I have to worry about her and my life, my well-being, because she is the aggressor. What do I do if she comes to the house?
Retreat.
I'm just saying if I'm at the house, because.
Retreat. Go inside and call the sheriff and say there's a trespasser here at my house.
I just wanted to clarify, because the sheriff's office was like.
Did she have keys to your place?
She had a key, yeah, I keep the spare key out.
Change the locks. It's your house, change the lock. That's what happened. you know, there's consequences. You have a girlfriend, you give her a key, you move her in, that has consequences. You're seeing some of the consequences now. So you're gonna have to do some work. Change the locks, keep her away, don't text with her. She may text you. She's not here, I can't order her to do anything.
Right.
She's here, I can order you. Stay away from her, don't go around her, don't post anything about her, don't text her. Just keep things calm, come back. Do we want to keep that date, April 4th, Mr. Morford, or a different date?
Judge, that's up to you. I don't care.
Well, it's good for the court if you want to keep it.
But
He wasn't sure about getting a lawyer, but he has one now, so.
I work with his son.
Fourth is
We can
fine.
come, we can try to come even earlier if you want. Let's see.
Is Monday better than Monday?
I want this done and over with. I don't care whatever it takes.
Okay.
I ain't doing anything wrong.
Will I come back the 31st or what?
That's fine, Judge.
That's a week from today.
31st.
So I would suggest state try to get her available at least for that hearing. So it'll be a pretrial on March 31st at 10 o'clock. Your bonds continue. Not guilty pleas.
No, we gonna talk about the other stuff we like as hard. I think
State of Ohio recalls Joshua Williamson, case number CRA 21519, TRC 211959, A and B.
I do have a response from Commander Abrams saying he is compliant.
Good.
So,
He told me it would be.
You just want me to tell her.
let's go another couple months and then we may close it up.
That sounds great, Judge.
May, end of May sometime.
Be fine. Yes, that should work.
How's your son?
Getting ready to graduate, and I can't believe it. I'm starting to feel old.
Is the only thing I have, well, I've got the end of May, the 24th or after, which was a Saturday.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said, could we do the 26th of May or that Monday?
That's Memorial Day.
How about Friday, would that be 30th?
23rd?
23rd, I'm in trial, actually.
Do the 30th.
Yes, I'll do the 30th.
I think some of Jay's kids are going to be here then.
Are they?
They're coming. He's got one that's on his middle is on a travel basketball team, but I think he's going to come to Fairhomes camp. It's going to be about that.
They're going to turn it into a basketball school all the way around.
It always was. Always was.
I'm trying to think.
I like to think it was a football one, but you know, that was just about football.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, good. All right.
State of Ohio versus Gary Calico, case number TRC 25546, A and B. Your Honor, this is an arraignment.
Sir, you Gary L. Calico?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Calico is alleged that on March 21st at 2:29 a.m. in Mason Township, you were driving a vehicle while you were under the influence of alcohol with a breath test for a 0.81. That's low, I'll tell you that. The per se level is 0.08, so you're 1/100,000 sober. The per se level. But it is alleged to be a second offense. So on a second offense, the maximum is 6 months in jail, $1,625 fine, and a 5-year license suspension. And if the vehicle's titled to you, there's a mandatory impoundment of 90 days if you're convicted of this. The minimum penalty, and I guess that's part of the minimum penalty, the impoundment. A minimum penalty on second offense is 10 days in jail, $525 fine, 1-year license suspension, and the impoundment. You're also charged with failure to control your vehicle. That's a minor misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is a $150 fine. And that looks like, yeah, that's it. Got 2 charges. You understand the 2 charges?
Yep.
Were you here when I explained defendant's rights?
Yep.
You understand those?
Yep.
How do you plead?
I like to plead not guilty.
You should plead not guilty with, you got a pretty low score. So I'm entering a not guilty plea for you. Do you want to be considered for a court-appointed lawyer, or do you want to hire your own lawyer?
I'll have to hire my own.
Okay. And let me give you the dates when I'm looking for hearings and see if you think you can get that done by then. So probably looking at April the 14th or thereafter for a hearing date. Is that, any of those good? Are you working, sir?
Yes, sir.
Mondays or Fridays? It's going to be a Monday or Friday. Does it matter?
Friday.
Fridays are better?
Yes, sir.
How about the 18th of April?
18th of April?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, that'll be fine.
Okay, your next hearing is going to be April the 18th. Be a pretrial then at 10 o'clock. I'm indicating you will hire an attorney.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to let you didn't post a bond, did you?
No, sir.
I'll let you sign a signature bond, $1,500. So that means you're signing a piece of paper that says, I promise I'll come to court. If I don't show up, I'll have to pay $1,500 as a penalty. So just come to court and you won't have to pay any money. Now, there is a license suspension in effect because you took the breath test and tested over 8, but you're barely over, so.
At this time, about driving privileges, does that have to be done at the next hearing?
Well, you need to get a lawyer, they can file a motion about it, but that's what's going to have to happen. Because it's an automatic license suspension that goes in effect as soon as you take the test. If it's over 0.8, that comes from the DMV, not from me.
Yep, all right, yep.
Okay, any other questions?
No, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
State of Ohio recalls Ohio Brown, case number CRA 18-1295, CRD 18-3739, A and B.
This is Mr. Smith's case.
Yes, Your Honor, I spoke with Mr. Branham and what the state had proposed. He is a resident of Lawrence County, Kentucky. I believe that he was working on getting his operator's license at the time. That's when he found out, I believe, that he had the warrant out of here. So that put a hold on getting his license. So I assume since he appeared that the warrant was recalled at that point.
Yes.
So he'll need to be able to work on getting his operator's license. But he is willing to change his plea to the offer of an amended charge of, I believe it's an M1, and the offer was 30 days suspended with community service, and obviously being a Lawrence County, Kentucky resident, he'd asked that he could do some approved community service in that area.
That's, you still live in Louisa?
Yes, sir.
Do you agree with what Mr. Smith was representing to the court?
Yes, sir.
Do you have anything you want to say before I accept your plea and enter a sentencing order?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, was it?
We'll just change, I think it's under the same section, isn't it, just an M1?
It should be.
I'm not sure what case, which case.
The 18-1295.
18-1295.
Yeah, that's it. So just make it an M1. Do you recall this? I mean, he says you failed to bring it to a stop within the village, but village isn't that big. So you may have just went a little piece down the road and been out of the village. You know where you stopped? Did you stop on your own? Do you remember this?
Yeah, I stopped in Barbersville. I was right there coming like that little loop.
Barbersville, that's pretty far away.
Yeah, I went across the bridge and then I made a decision to stop, yeah.
All right, I'll impose a $200 fine, order you to pay court costs, 30 days in jail, suspended, 2 years of level 5 probation with a review hearing on September the 15th of this year at 9 a.m. Okay, now, on the stop sign, $10 fine. What do you want to do on this driving under suspension?
Me?
No, Mr. Smith.
Yeah, you're, since he.
I don't know if that would interfere with his ability to get his license back.
Yeah, that's, he wants to have time to do that, maybe.
I could delay the sentencing.
We could delay the sentencing on the driving under
I'll
suspension.
delay sentencing on the driving under suspension until the September 15th review hearing date.
Right, we should do the stop sign as well. He has no proof of insurance. And
Oh, okay.
Let's go over.
Oh, well.
So we'll delay on both of them. I'm assuming you don't have proof of insurance of that event?
Back in 2018.
No, I don't have.
Okay, I'll make a note. If you bring me proof that you're reinstated, then I may dismiss those.
Okay.
Because if I accept it, send it on to the B&B, they're probably going to suspend you for not having proof of insurance.
And what is that date again, Your Honor?
September 15th. So it'll be let's put it on the sentencing docket. That's better. Review on the, what did we reduce?
Failure to comply.
Failure to comply, yeah. But we'll make it at 10 o'clock. So you got all summer to get your license back. Make it work.
I will.
If you don't show up, then I'll have to issue a warrant for you and it'll go in and probably keep you from getting a license in the truck.
Who do I speak to about the community service?
Mr. Major in the probation.
You'll get out here and go to the office straight.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, we're ready to go back to the Lawrence County Jail for the additional
No.
defendant, case number, State of Ohio versus Bridget A. Ellis, case number CRB 19820, CRB 18235, CRA 18171, CRB 16133.
Bridget, what are you doing in jail?
I got picked up this morning.
On a failure to appear warrant.
Yes.
You were doing so good. Why'd you quit what you were doing?
Well, it was the week that it was snow, and my lawyer had, I guess, changed my court date, and I didn't know it. So I didn't know when to appear. I was trying to come, but I got caught first.
Well,
I did pay on my time.
it hasn't snowed for a while. I mean, it's almost April now.
Yeah.
So you've been around long enough to know you need to get in here if you miss something happens that keeps you from coming to court when you need to come, as soon as you possibly can to keep from getting arrested.
Right. I did pay all my fine, and I plan on paying more on it tomorrow when I get my income tax check, and,
I don't really care about that. The main thing for you is I want to see you stay clean. Are you staying clean?
yes,
Or you were in treatment? Where were you in treatment before?
Hope Source, and Bethesda.
Are you still doing that?
No, I was there for 10 months.
Okay, I want you to do a urine screen today.
Okay.
Let's do that and see what it shows us, and then I'll decide what to do with you. I want you to get clean and stay clean. You were doing really good.
Yes.
And then you blew off coming to court. It sounds like you blew off treatment too.
No.
Okay.
I finished treatment.
Let's see what the urine screen says.
Okay.
Go do a urine screen. And you can do one, right?
Yes.
Okay. Because some people tell me, oh, I can't give you a urine screen. I can't go.
Yeah.
I don't ever believe that. That just means you don't want to get one.
Right.
Okay, go do your screen.
All right.
State of Ohio versus Carissa Frier, here at the court, case number CRA 25-152. Your Honor, she has been picked up by Athens County.
Okay, this is a Rule 4 to Athens County. She's been picked up, so the case here can be dismissed.
State of Ohio versus Craig P. Weissong, case number CRA 25-143, CRB 25-144.
Your Honor, Mr. Weissong is on the video. He had transportation issues today. I told him the least he could do was appear by video.
He's supposed to be at RRS. Yes.
Yeah, he's an outpatient client.
Okay, thank you. Okay, it's a good report.
Yes.
He's doing what he's supposed to and doing MAT.
Yes.
So I'm assuming the state's willing to keep this case here?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
And I'm assuming he wants to keep it here?
He does, Your Honor. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we got a good start.
Thank you.
And we'll come back then in about a month for your next. So what's gonna happen is you're gonna go keep on your counseling, come back here periodically, I'll check up to see how your reports are. And if you do good, then eventually, at least the possession could be dismissed.
Yes. Yeah. Most likely both.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Weissong, if you have transportation issues again, contact RRS. They will transport you.
Okay, thank you. Did you hear me?
Yes, we did.
Yes.
Okay.
Looking at the 21st or after.
24th, if that's that Friday, Your Honor.
25th.
25th, yeah, the 25th.
April 25th will be the next hearing for Mr. Weissong at 10 o'clock. Keep up with your counseling. Gotta get
Thank
started.
you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recalls IVM James, case number CRB 25-125.
She's at the Counseling Center, Mr. Stratton's the attorney. She was looking to go
Minute reads.
in the reads, and how'd that work out?
Went well, they accepted her. Said that they have a bed available tomorrow,
Okay.
so,
You all will work out the transfer?
yeah, we'll take care of that. I'll notify Mr. Major once she's been transferred.
All right.
Your Honor, we probably need to set this for a bench trial.
Okay. Well, let's see, looks like the 14th or 14th, 18th, 21st is out. There's already two trials there. 14th, 18th, 25th.
How about that 25th?
25th at noon. April 25th at noon for a trial.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recalls William Earles, case number CRB 24-788.
Judge, did you get a report?
I did.
Well,
He has intake appointment I actually texted Mr. Gibson and I got more information from him. Did not show on March 3rd for an assessment, has an upcoming assessment scheduled for March 26th with Jeremy West. Previously signed for the court, valid until August. Office said the facts were sent to the court on March 12th per Mr. Earles' request. So we should be further along on this, but he missed an appointment on March the 3rd.
I did miss the one. We've just had a lot. We've got water in the basement, hot
So
water
now
heater.
you gotta be there Wednesday, right?
Wednesday, yes, with a man named Jeremy.
Jeremy West.
Sounds like a basketball player.
Probably, I was gonna say, maybe Jerry's grandson.
Jerry West. Is that what the name is?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know where he was born?
I'm thinking West Virginia. Green. I'm seeing the color green, so I'm thinking West Virginia, Jerry West.
It was in West Virginia, but you gotta be more specific than that. You go by it on the turnpike every time. I mean, now I've got my wife saying, that's where Jerry West, because I first would say, you know who was
I
born
can't
there?
remember. I did the Golden Horseshoe.
Cabin Creek. Cabin Creek, West Virginia.
I can't hear words.
Zeke from Cabin Creek.
Zeke from Cabin Creek. I remember that one. I remember that one from we talked about
Yeah,
that
you
one.
can get off the turnpike and go there.
Zeke from Cabin Creek. I did that West Virginia Golden Horseshoe.
Okay, well, you need to be,
Real.
see Jeremy Wednesday
Okay,
at 1 o'clock,
okay,
because the judge is gonna be looking for a report next time we come back.
okay.
So you know to go there, you know his name, you know he's probably born in Cabin Creek, you know a lot of stuff about Jeremy.
Zeke from,
Okay, so when do you want to come back not too long after that, right?
Want to do the 4th, Judge?
That's fine. April the 4th. 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Ron.
You're welcome.
thank you.
Okay, we're coming back and make sure you get to see Mr. West.
Your Honor, I think we had a provider that wanted to say something.
Okay.
Your time.
Oh, you just, okay.
Your time.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus Sean Paul Burns Jr. on a recall case number CRB 25117.
Mr. Morford's case, pretrial. Okay, we're going to do some peddling on this one as for future treatment, I guess. What do we decide?
After I spoke to our director and our behavioral health counselor, they still want to continue to refer Mr. Burns out. Even though we have behavioral health counselors, we have 3 of them, and a nurse practitioner, we don't have them there in the house with him. So that's the reason why the referral is still.
Okay, do we have a place that you,
Shawnee said that they can't, and TCC is working with me. When I get back, I'm gonna call the crisis center, and they would rather me wait till I get back in case they have some in case they ask me about his medication, this, that, and thirdly, so I have it there at the house, and I'll be able to tell
so,
him.
but you can keep him until he gets treatment?
Yes, yeah, he's been with us for this long, yes, he won't be, he ain't gonna hurt us, thank you.
Well, you want to, let's see, we could either put it on the docket for Friday or next Monday. Probably next Monday is better for the court. Yeah. 6 and 1, half dozen the other. We're both pretty busy. So, are you here Friday, Mr. Moore?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's just put it on the docket for Friday to make sure what's happened with it. But I will automatically approve him going to the counseling center because that's a good facility and I think it would be an appropriate place for him to go. So. Anything you want to say, Mr. Burns?
I do want to thank you for giving me the opportunity, Your Honor, for letting me go to
this program because I was able to get my birth certificate, social security card, ID, school transcripts, all that within 1 month. And I'm very blessed and grateful and thankful for that. Actually, today I had a job interview.
Okay.
Well,
one thing I know, if you go to the counseling center, I've had a lot of people placed there that got jobs through the counseling center. So I think I don't think you should give up on that. I think that's needed. I think you need a job. And that's a good place to help you get a job.
I don't know if I should go to my job interview today or should I wait until after?
I would say call them and say something you might be getting transferred to. You won't be able, if it's something local here, you won't be able to work there and go to the counseling center.
It's actually at Applebee's over in Ashland, so.
Yeah.
So
I would tell them there's some things with your counseling there that's holding it up. And probably wait until after.
Maybe wait until
Friday. You can call them after Friday and see what's going on.
Okay.
Okay, next hearing is Friday at 10 o'clock, March 28th.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Butch.
All right, so we can turn it back in time. Nothing I can do. Yeah.
State of Ohio versus Amber Spears, case number TRC 242254. Set for sentencing.
It's Mr. Morford's case set for sentencing. Yes. Okay. That's a good report.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, she's started into her counseling, has good reports. This is a case pending since November it's the first offense where we got a high test score. So I'm assuming she's trying to avoid some jail time by doing some counseling.
Yes, Judge.
And that's fine. I was for a while just continuing these and letting people do their counseling before I sentence, but now, I think she's already pled guilty. She pled guilty back in January, according to my notes. So I'm going to go ahead and sentence her, and I'll delay the imposition of jail until we see how she finishes up. So jail's still going to be hanging over your head, but if you do really well, you could avoid the jail time. Even though it's mandatory. If you test over 1.7, I'm supposed to give you jail time,
Right.
even on a first offense. You understand that? And I think the state agrees with that position.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so let's go ahead and sentence you. And what I want to see is, I want to see you do well in your treatment, but you got to do all the other stuff. I'm going to order you to do some community service. I'm going to order that you pay your fines and costs. And you got to do all that stuff to avoid the jail time. Because what was happening is I was not giving people jail time and delaying sentencing, and then I would sentence them and not do the jail time, and then they wouldn't pay their fine or do the community service. So you got to do it all if you don't want to get jailed. Anything you or Mr. Morford want to say before I do the sentencing?
Judge, she's maintained employment while she's been counseling. I think she looks better than when she first appeared here. says she feels better. And I think that she is well on the way to conquering a life of sobriety.
Okay. Anything you want to say, ma'am?
I'm definitely not backpedaling.
Okay, good. That's what I want to see. You know, I would feel really stupid if I not give somebody that's jail time that's mandated by the legislature because I think they've fixed their problem and then they have another one.
Oh, no, definitely not. No, no, no.
Okay, so it is a high test score. So what I'm going to do, and usually the higher you test, the higher I make your fine. So I'm going to make it an $800 fine, but I'll suspend $300 of it if you finish treatment. So there's another incentive to finish treatment. Save yourself $300.
I am going to continue even after I complete.
Do whatever you need to.
I want to continue. They've helped me a lot.
Okay, I'm going to make it 30 days in jail and suspend 30 days in jail on the condition that you do 5 days community service, 2 years of probation. I'll suspend the driver intervention program. That's the 3-day school if you complete treatment. There's another reason.
I appreciate it.
You don't have to go to that 3-day school because you're doing more than what you'll get in a 3-day school by doing this counseling. Okay. Well, I've got 30 days. I can give you up to 30 days. Okay. I'm going to delay the imposition of any jail time, and I'll look at it down the road. That's still there hanging over your head. I got up to a month I can give you, but I don't want to. I won't give you any jail time. Just do what you're supposed to, and you'll avoid the jail. So let's come back for your first review hearing in May. You got to keep going to counseling, and I'll set your first review hearing mid-May. What's your work schedule?
Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5:30.
Well, I've got to set it a Monday or Friday because that's when we have court. Which day's better, Monday or Friday?
Whatever day you want to do it, it doesn't matter.
May 16th, that's a Friday.
It's a 9 o'clock review, correct, Judge?
Correct.
Thank you.
And so there's a $20 fine on the lane violation. You'll need to meet with Mr. Major, then you're free to go.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
State of Ohio recalls Bridget Ellis at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRB 19820, CRB 18235, CRA 18171, CRB 16130.
Your Honor, if I may, the jail advised me her drug screen was clear. It was clean. But I don't know if you're aware
She's got a holder from
she has felony charges out of Ironton.
Okay, I didn't know that before. Okay, so what I'm going to do, since you're clear on your screen, I'll just let Ironton work with you on whatever you get out of that. I'm just going to give you another review hearing date, and I'll make it a couple months down the road. If you're out of jail, you got to get to court on your own. If you're still in jail, obviously, I'll see you just like this on teleconference. So let's make it May 23rd.
Thank you.
May 23rd. Be your next review hearing at 9 o'clock.
23rd, thank you.
Yes, May 23rd. That finishes up at the jail.
State of Ohio versus Richard Sloan, case number CRB 14630. Set for
Okay, Richard Sloan is set on the docket for sentencing, and he has a bond posted. He hasn't done anything on his case. So, he just posted it in January. set bond forfeiture. Did I set another one in April?
Not that you were looking at which one the files already out there.
I think it was March 28th, Your Honor.
Oh, well, we need to get it more time. I'll set it for April 18th for a bond forfeiture.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I think it was April 28th, when you said the last one.
Yeah, he was out of the country.
Because he's going to be out of the country.
Oh, yeah. Let's change it to April 28th. You'll have 3 now. It is 14/6/30.
You know, where bad it is. Windsor, Ontario.
April 28th.
Your Honor, we just, we noticed that Carl Tulie was signed for a continuance, but there's no date for the continuance.
Yeah, because the felonies were knowledge and on there, but we
Okay.
can set another date on the misdemeanors that were going to remain here.
Okay.
I didn't know before
Yeah,
Mr. Walker
there's
left
Mr.
if you could do it.
Is Mr. Walker gone? Here he is. Okay. On that Carl Tulie, that the felony is going to go to the grand jury.
Yes,
We still have some cases pending here.
Yes.
And we got an entry continuing from today on that, the one that's still here. But I didn't fill in the date. When do you want to come back?
Is the fourth still good, Judge?
Well, I don't think we're going to come back there. Nothing's going to happen before then.
Okay, we can wait until after he's,
Is there when's the grand jury meeting?
This Thursday.
Probably won't be on this.
Won't be on this one.
He won't get in there. So probably come back in a month, we'll probably still be sitting.
yeah,
April 25th, are you available then?
I am.
Okay. We'll make it April 25th.
Finished.
Okay. Almost record time. Bruce, the way it's been the last couple of months.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Court's adjourned.